this is JOATD back with another video. In front of you is a 2009 Scion XB. I purchased this vehicle from someone and the back hatch glass was busted. I tried to get the window fixed through a auto glass company, but the glass was $380 to get it installed. So I called around to your local junkyards. I found a car that was the same color, and I bought the whole entire hatch with the glass included. I bought it for 50 bucks. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna show you how to replace the whole entire hatch, okay? This hatch has a auto or a electric lock. This hatch has this hatch has an electric lock. So if your battery's dead, you can't open the hatch. I'm going to show you how to open the hatch if your battery is dead. And if the battery's not, obviously you just hit the button and open it. All right, so we're going to start with showing you how to open the hatch if the battery is dead, and then we're going to go to replacing the hatch. All right, so I'm going to open the hatch to show you this plastic piece up here. If you take this off, you can open the hatch. I know that I have the hatch open, but you can actually take this off from the back seat with the hatch closed. So if the hatch is closed, you can lay the seats down, crawl through the back, and pull this whole entire piece off because it's sitting inside the hatch. But you can pull this off with the door closed. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull this entire piece off. Now mine's gonna have glass in it, so that's how you take that off. It just has clips on it. You just pull the whole thing off. So after you take the cover off, if you look at the back of the hatch, you can see the lock mechanism right here, okay? Now if we get closer to it, you can see this little blue mark right here. That silver part, that's the switch. If you take that switch and push it over to the right, just like that, see that? Over to the right, that'll unlock the door. So for anybody out there who cannot open their hatch because the battery is dead, once you pull the hatch cover off, if you just look right here, just move it to the right. So as soon as you do that, you push the door open. And that is it. That's how you get the hatch open if the battery is dead. All right, let's move on to removing the actual hatch. All right, guys, so the first thing you have to do is remove this plastic trim right here. This plastic trim is for the brake light, the third brake light. It's actually behind here, but the reason that we're removing this is because this hose has the rear water, like the water that comes out for your back windshield. The hose is in here, so we have to take this part off and disconnect it. So you don't want to cut it unless you're like getting it from a junkyard or something, but that's what we're going to do first, okay? So first thing you have to do is pull this loose, okay? Once you get it loose, you got your light in here, right? You just push down on this and pull this whole thing out like that. So we can put this off to the side, okay? Now, inside of here is the hose. You can see the hose right here. Let's see. See that hose in there? You're gonna disconnect that hose because that hose is running through this right here. So you're gonna disconnect that too, okay? So all you do is just kind of just grab it and wiggle it a little bit till you can get it to come off. All right, so we got the hose off, right? It's right here. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is this part right here, you're gonna pop that out. This is a grommet, so we're gonna pop this grommet loose, pull this whole thing out like that. Okay, now that part is loose. Now we're gonna go to the left side because we have another one right here. Now these are the wires for the windshield wiper motor and the unlock release button and the, let's see, brake light. Okay, so everything's running through this. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna leave this one on, but take this one loose. So right here, just pop this loose. Get your little pry tool and get it out of there. Just like that. Okay, so we got that whole piece out, right? Try not to damage it. We got this piece out. And what you're gonna do is right here, I've already kind of popped some of this loose. You're gonna pop this trim loose. So what I did was I pulled the weatherproofing seal off a little bit right here, and then I took my pry tool and went inside of here and popped the clips loose. So it's one right here, one at the top, and then it's one back here. That's 3. I'm not gonna pop them all loose because the only thing I want to do is get in here so that I can get to the connections that's in here. The one at the top right there, and then the one at the bottom. Take both of those loose because you're gonna have to pull that through this hole up here. Okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick my light in here so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay. Take this one up here off first. Okay, so we got that one right here loose. We got this one right here loose from the body. Now we have to get this connector out. In here is a clip. You push the clip down and this whole thing should come out. There you go. Okay, so we got that out. Now we're gonna have to actually do this one too. So it's one in here, down here at the bottom. We're gonna have to take that one loose too. But it's the same thing. You push down on the clip and then just pull it out. There you go. So we got both of those out, right? Now what we have to do is pull it up through here. I think it's one more zip tie up here. You just pop that zip tie off too. Okay, so we're gonna pull this whole wire through here. Pull one connector at a time through. Okay, so that's it. All right, we pulled that whole thing out. Now we're ready to take the actual hatch loose itself. You have 4 bolts. one here, and 2 more down here. They're 12 millimeter. So you're gonna have to take those off. You're gonna need another person, because while you're taking that off, somebody has to hold it, okay? But let's just go ahead. I'm gonna take this one off first. Then I'm gonna loosen this one. I ain't gonna take it off. Come on this side, take one loose. And this one. Okay, so right now we have the hinges loose. Okay, the next thing you need to do is right here. If you come over here on the side, you see this right here? This is the actual lift, the hydraulic lift for it. If you look right here, it has like a little indention right here. You're gonna stick a flathead screwdriver in it right there and pull that out like that. Okay? Now once you get this out, this whole thing will come off. See that? Like I said, you're gonna need 2 people, because somebody needs to hold this thing while that's going on. Let's go over to the other side. I'm actually holding this, guys, just to let you know. You got one on this side too. Right here. And you're gonna do the same thing. Stick the screwdriver in to the side. Pop it loose just a little bit. And same thing. Pop it off. Okay, so now this is loose. Now I'm gonna take the last 2 out, but I'm not gonna be able to record it because this thing's heavy and somebody has to help me take it off. But I'm gonna take this bolt out and the one over there out, and this whole hatch is gonna come off. All right, guys, so we got the new hatch on. You can see the glass in it. Just gonna show you how to connect the hydraulic lifts back on. All you do is take it and make sure this metal right here is pushed down. Make sure this metal is pushed back in. Put it on it. Lift it up just a little bit right there. And there it is. It's on there. See that? That's all you gotta do. That's on there. So we're gonna go and do the other side. This one right here. Same thing. Slide it on the ball. Lift it up just a little bit. Right there. Right there. Snap it on. Make sure that this is pushed down. There it is. And it's on there. That's on. That ain't coming off. Alright. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, it's good. Alright, so what we're gonna do is finish putting the rest of the screws back in. Alright, I'm gonna put this one in. And then go on the other side and put this one in. Just like that. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to line this up as best as I possibly can. I'm gonna put it back, make sure it's covering the area the same way it was. Okay. So right here, this is where I cut the old hose to take it loose from the car that was in the junkyard. This is the one that we're going to use from your car. So again, we have to pop this off. Okay, so just try to get it in the spot where you can pop it loose, because you don't want to put it on the glass. Just gonna pop it loose slow. Then when you get to this side, oh, there it is. Okay, so we can just let it lean there. Like I said, this is the one I cut loose here. That's the old one. That one's cut. I cut that one loose. So we're gonna take this one off and slide the new one up in there and connect it to the nozzle. Let's see if I can get this one off. Right, so that's the piece I cut. We're gonna take this and put this back up in here like that. Slide this one back on. Let's see. Okay, so we're sliding this new one back on right here. Just slide it back on, and that's it. Okay, now we can put the light and everything back on, because we're done in that area. Make sure that your light is actually sitting inside here, because it'll pop out. See, this will come out, so you just stick it back in here. It has little latches where it grabs it at. See that? And then put this back on. Alright. Okay, so that's back on. And that's hooked up. Now you're gonna have to spray this grommet right here with some lube to get this to pop in there, but we're gonna move on to the other side over here before we do that. We'll do all of that last. Okay, so you're gonna take everything and go right back down in this hole up under the headliner. Try not to pull the headliner down too much, you'll bend it, and that crease isn't gonna come out. So I got one through, and you go ahead and put the other one through. Just like that. Alright, so we got that. Now this one you can go ahead and put in because it just clips in. So just push it in there, get it down in there. Okay, now, yeah, so now that's in there. Now we're gonna go on this side. Okay guys, so now that we have the wire back in through the hole, you're gonna put your connectors back. So I would start off with the longest one, go all the way down in there and snap it back in there. That's in there. And then the shorter one, push it down in there. That's in there too. Okay, so we can pull this out. We don't need this in there anymore. Now push this behind this clip and up all the way under here. It's like a little area where it sits at. Just like that. Okay, so snap the back in and move everything out of the way. Put these two back where they're supposed to go. Hit them. Okay, so all of that's back and that's connected. And then you're gonna put the weather stripping back on. Okay. Okay, we got everything in, and I'm gonna show you how to put these in. Now, what you're gonna do is just get you some soap water. I'm just gonna use some Windex because that's all I got right now. So I'm gonna spray it real good all around it, right? And you're gonna want to put one side of it in first. So I suggest putting the bottom in first. And it has like a little groove where it sits. See, it's like almost in there. And then you're gonna take the top, tuck it right there. and then check it all the way around and make sure it's flush. Now that's in there. Now we're gonna do this one. This one's a little harder because it has wires in it, so we're not gonna spray it as much, but we are still gonna spray it. Okay. Same thing with this one. Squeeze it, put the bottom in first, then the top, and just keep working around until you got it flush. Give it a little twist, and it's in there. This right here, that's as good as it's gonna get, because it kind of got damaged when we were taking it out, but it's okay. Let's see. We got everything down, and what we're gonna do is try to shed it and see if it works. All right. Let's make sure this works first. Yep, that works. So we're gonna shed it.